All right, so let's talk about symptoms of a bad speed sensor. Now, you're going to see this. We're going to talk about manual transmissions and we're going to talk about automatic transmissions. So, in a manual transmission car, the telltale sign is the speedometer stops working. Either that or it's bouncing. So, you're just driving along and it's like you're doing 35, 20, 35, 8, 40, and it's just bouncing all over the place. And that's usually the telltale sign in a manual transmission that your speed sensor is bad. Now, in an automatic transmission, you'll see a bunch of different other things. And sometimes you get a check engine light, sometimes you won't. It depends on the car and the programming of the car. So in automatic transmissions, you'll see stuff like hard shifting, like when you're basically sitting in neutral and you shift it into drive, it will actually engage and you'll feel it like lock in, boom, like a really good hit. You'll also feel those hits like when it's driving down the road and it's actually shifting gears. It'll actually pop in. You'll feel that jolt. That's a telltale sign. Improper shifting, where it's shifting up and down the gears wrong. So you might be going at a third, it shifts back, or it shifts to like overdrive for a second and shifts back out. That's a telltale sign. Long shifting intervals, so where it's revving high and then shifting, and then revving high and then shifting. That's usually a bad speed sensor. So in Jeeps, another thing you'll see is the fact that it will get stuck into lower gears. Well, it will not shift out of the higher gears, or out of the lower gears into the higher gears. So you'll be able to have first and second, but it might not go from second to third or fourth. You might not be able to get anything, and then you can shift it around and try to get it into third. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's usually a sign when it's not shifting correctly and you get stuck into lower gears. You'll also see irregular idle sometimes, and definitely there are instances where the cruise control just stops working. It doesn't function. So those are some of the symptoms. If you have any other symptoms, definitely put them below. Share that information down below so other people can read it and then they can see if they're having that same issue. If you don't know anything about vehicles, speed sensor is usually just on the transmission. You can Google where it is, like it's on the bell housing of the transmission for Mercedes. It's basically directly on top of the transmission. For Hondas, it's usually somewhere on the transmission. It's usually held on by one bolt and a plug. So it's just something that plugs into something that sticks into the transmission. And if you don't know where it is on your model vehicle, all you have to do is Google the year, the make and model, and speed sensor location, and it will bring up where the location of that speed sensor is for your car. You may have to look through some forms, but you'll be able to find it. Also, you can ask that below and maybe somebody can help you. I'm not going to answer every question that people ask me about where the location is, but I will definitely try to help as many people as I can. And hopefully this helps somebody. I'm just trying to share information, and hopefully this helps. You guys take it easy. Peace.